you ever felt like you've read so many books, but you don't recall a thing? I've been feeling like that for so many years, until recently I came across a new technique which is working wonders for me. See, before, my goal was always to read as many books as I can, as fast as I can. So I would aim to finish a book in 3, 4, 5 days. But then when you think at the end of the year, what have you actually gained? What have you retained? And it's not much. And that's when alarm bells started to ring and I realized I have to do something to retain the information and benefit from what I'm reading. So I came across these 6 steps which will work absolute wonders if you try it. So what is this? The first step is you highlight. Highlighting is just there to make some text stand out and just to be engaging with the text. Highlighting doesn't really help in retain anything, but it's just a form of engagement, just something you're doing with the book at hand or with the PDF document. The second step is you make notes in the margin. So you make brief notes, very little, just 1-2 words, highlight something and then you make a little note about it, or keyword. So every time you were to look at that book, you look at that keyword and that immediately sticks and it builds an idea in your mind. The next thing is really powerful. Step 3, which is every time you finish a chapter, close the book and tell yourself what you've understood and read in that chapter. In your own words, describe and explain to yourself aloud, what have you learned from this particular chapter? And this will really help you understand, first of all, of how good your reading is. Are you passively reading or is it active reading? Are you actually in a dialogue or is it just a monologue? Are you gaining anything from that one chapter that you've read? Then step 4 involves telling other people. Now this will work wonders because studies show that we retain most information when we go and teach that information to other people. So whatever you read in the day, in the evening or the next day, find somebody or have a conversation with someone and tell them, this is what I've read, this is what I've been reading, these are the ideas, these were the key points. And you'll notice that you'll begin to remember much more when you read, and you'll be actively reading because you know you need to tell somebody what you've read. Step 5 then is, every time you've finished reading a book or every chapter that you read, just make simple notes. Now this can be a notepad that you have. What I do is I use Microsoft OneNote, and in there I have all the books I've read and I can open it up and every single book has its own space and I just list the books and the key ideas. So every chapter has 3 to 5 key ideas in my own words, again explaining, and it's just there, it's synced always. Wherever I'm traveling, I'm moving, I always have access to my phone. So I'm not dependent on the book or a paper, and I can access those key ideas before any meeting, before any speech or lecture. And then finally, the 6th point, which is really powerful and is key in all of this, is every month or every 2 months, review your notes. So what I'll do is every 2 months, I'll go on Microsoft OneNote and I'll just read through all the different books I've read, the key ideas, and I'll just recall what I was reading. And in this way, you'll begin to see that your retention increases and your memory gets better and better. And put that into practice. Put this technique into practice, and also whatever you read, try to put it into practice and use it in your day-to-day. So read about things which are useful to you, of course, and then share that knowledge with other people. You'll realize that you begin to naturally absorb what you read. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and stay tuned for many more videos on everything fiqh in finance and productivity.